Hey everyone, George here, the Disney Family Man. What is going on? Back to you with another video. And today I thought I'd talk about an attraction at the Disney parks, primarily at Magic Kingdom Park at Walt Disney World. And it used to exist at Disneyland Park. And I'm for sure, I don't know if you guys know, but it's the People Mover, or also known as the Tomorrowland Transit Authority. Either way, but I just resignated as the People Mover. Or you could actually combine them both together, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. That's a mouthful, but I just more so go by the People Mover, which is a very interesting concept, but I'll get into that in a little bit. But right now, it's to inform you all, to kind of catch you up, the People Mover has been down for refurbishment for even like right at the time when COVID hit and it was being closed down for a refurbishment. And then the pandemic came, everything shut down, everything's back up. But the People Mover didn't open when Walt Disney World reopened. And it's still down and out for refurbishment. And if you're down there in the area, you could see the cast members working on, getting the People Mover up and running. You can see them doing test runs on the attraction. And you can see the construction team that was working on it, because there was a lot of issues with the attraction even before the refurbishment that would constantly break down, and the conveyor belt escalator that would take you up to the attraction would constantly break down. So there was a lot of high maintenance that had to go into this attraction. So I think what it is for me is that Disney is really trying to get everything fixed, get all the bugs and the glitches and the kinks out, so that way it could run smoothly without having to start and stop, so to speak. But I guess the big question is, when will it ever open? Because they keep on pushing back the opening date for this attraction. And it's like it's supposed to open, in March. Then it was supposed to open in April. Then it was supposed to open in May, and we're going to actually be going down the first week of July, and we'll be at Walt Disney World for 2 weeks, and I really hope by then the People Mover is up and running, because it's really one of my favorite attractions in all of Magic Kingdom. And I do hope it'll be up and running soon. And comment down below, tell me when you think it's going to be up and running. Do you have a recent trip coming up and you're hoping that the People Mover will be ready? Have you ever been on the People Mover? If you haven't, are you anticipating on going? Do you have any inclination of actually going on it? Tell me what you think. But kind of going back to my first statement, is this attraction for me, and you're probably wondering, why I am really excited for it to reopen, is because a lot of people think, well, it's just a little tour ride through Tomorrowland. Well, it's more than that. There's a history behind the People Mover. Right now, it is treated like an attraction that, it's a ride through tour of Tomorrowland. It takes you through like the backstage area of each attraction, like Space Mountain, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, the Carousel of Progress, what have you. But really, it was a form of transportation that was meant to be for Epcot. Now, when I say Epcot, I don't mean Epcot the theme park. I mean Walt's original concept of Epcot as the experimental prototype community of tomorrow, where it was supposed to be a living quarters and for residents, for people to live there, for them to live, work, play, and it be connected into with an integration with the theme park and the resorts and the golf courses and the pools and the shopping and the dining. But it was supposed to be this Gimondo type of living quarters. That's what Epcot was supposed to be. And attached to that was the People Mover. It was the form of transportation for guests to get from one part of the city to the next, whether it's the working district or the residential district. It was used as a new way to transport people from one place to the other, hence the name, the People Mover. And so when Walt passed, they didn't even know if Walt Disney World was even going to come to fruition, and it took a lot of, the Imagineers and the executives of the Walt Disney Company to persuade Roy O. Disney, Walt's brother and business partner, to say, hey, let's continue this, let's do this. And it was already a challenge to try to get Epcot running even before Walt's passing. So after the fact he passed, they really didn't know what to do with it because there was a lot of technological, things to put in it and how we would do this and how we would upgrade that. So they just decided to honor Walt into creating a theme park that is based on the dedication of what Epcot stood for. It stood for real world telecommunication and technology, but it also resonated with the world and cultures and people. So that's where they came up with Future World Showcase, put both concepts together. There you have Epcot. And now, Epcot's going through, so many changes throughout the years, and especially now, it's kind of having an identity crisis, so to speak, because, there's going to be now multiple lands that's going to make up Epcot, where it's going to be, World Showcase, World Celebration, World of Nature, those kind of things, where, it's going to be in separate entities of what Epcot stands for, as far as like with nature and water and energy and, again, communication and world culture. So, but kind of getting back to what the People Mover, that's where it was supposed to start with. And again, to honor Walt, I believe that Tomorrowland represents of the way that people were thinking of what it's going to be like in the future. And that's what Tomorrowland represents. Now, of course, Tomorrowland is completely outdated, but I do feel that it holds that little spark, so to speak, that holds a touch of history that's in the past, but brought it to the future. And what I mean by that is they took a futuristic type of transportation that seems completely outdated today, but to honor a person with so much, so much innovation and risk and imagination and, engineering and everything, that they're honored the man who created this company by putting it in a land that represents the world of tomorrow. And it takes people, it transports them through a tour of the land and the attractions surrounding it. So, it's one of those things that if you're not a diehard Disney fan, or if you're not even like close to being like knowing the history behind everything, it may just seem to be another attraction for you. But for someone like me who is a diehard Disney fan, I think very highly of the People Mover, and I really, really, really would love to see it come back sooner than later. But at the same token, I want it to come back fully charged, fully repaired, raring, ready to go, waiting for guests to take a ride on it through Tomorrowland. I don't want it to be Mickey Moused, so to speak, where it's just not being taken care of and it keeps on breaking down. So it kind of gives them the notion of being discouraged to say, oh, is this worth keeping? Yes, very much so. It is worth keeping. So I'm kind of being patient and letting them work their magic, quote unquote again, that they will have it up and running soon. And hopefully it'll be ready by the time that I go down for my vacation in July, because I would love to ride it again. It wasn't open from my last trip in October, so hopefully we'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you guys think. Have you ever been on the People Mover before? Or do you have any interest in going on it? If you did, or if you do, tell me what you think. I'd love to hear from you guys. Please comment down below, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, as always, stay healthy, stay safe, stay Disney. Bye, everybody.